AGOLA MENAVAYA Paramapurusháya Sarvadevata Vashítaraya Sarvarishta Vinashanaya Sarva Durmandra Chedanaya Trilokyam Vashmanaya Swaha. The spiritual love or divine love transcends all barriers to feel the love of God towards the entire human species through absolute non-violence norms. Human beings are precious beings in tune with the process of evolution. Highest three syllabus always talks about that type of process of evolution to feel one's own life and its purpose with conscience and consciousness, to understand the divine nature and spiritual culture of any human being that can comprehend the cosmic realities of love, lights, energies. I feel sometimes Bhagavad Gita is not a scripture of war. It's a scripture of non-violence norms to feel the precious life in this human planet. There, an avataric introduction was properly made, digested to spiritual aspirants to feel the presence of cosmic realities in human perceptive ways of transcending the barriers to realize one's own divine nature. In Bhagavad Gita, Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, and the Bhakti Kanda is been properly made, elaborated to feel a type of system that can make the spiritual realization possible. So Bhagavad Gita is not the scripture of war, but the scripture of realizing one's own divine potentiality through that type of awareness of cosmic presence of every soul, especially in me unit space. A yogic syllabus is also introduced by a cosmic person. That is something connected with one's own divinity to feel the presence of every human being to realize the godhoodness or the ultimate or cosmic experiences. Ever since Bhagavad Gita became an instrument for realization of one's own divine nature that made human species to think about the cosmic realm and the invisible beings who control the human mind to feel one's own divinity and the human being's divinity to understand so many systems that can make evolution a process of systematic approach to create destiny through absolute non-violence norms. Ever since Buddha came to this planet, it was all full of non-violence norms. Buddha is considered as the reincarnation of Krishna. So it's all Vaishnava's way of one perceiving divinity. In the Kali age, there is no scope for complicated wars through any scriptures. That's why after Buddha, Jesus also talked about non-violence norms. So non-violence norms is the order of the yuga that's going to be transcended to Satya Yuga. Their absolute non-violence norms is natural for souls who are treading the path of realizing one's own divine nature and spiritual culture. All those real souls who love to perceive love everywhere, one should love one's own self in tune with spirituality. That spirituality will make awaken one's own divine nature to love entire human species. Then transformation begins to happen through every practice of meditations. Meditation is the path for the modern souls to think about one's own divine nature and spiritual culture that allows the universality to be more practical, to feel the love and the pain of human beings, so that the love towards the entire creatures seen in this planet can be felt through one's own awareness of same-minded, integrated, loving energies to understand the fathomable God consciousness through every soul in unit space, warless space. If that is understandable, Bhagavad Gita is not a war scripture. It is an introduction of the assumed divine personalities to understand how human beings are given the path of realizing one's own nature and spiritual culture, not for competitions, but for allowing oneself to be in the presence of cosmic realities. Krishna introduced himself in tune with Natad Pasayade Surya na Shashangaha na Pavagaha Yad Gatva Nanivartande Rathama Paramam Mama. So he was talking about his status with the human species is not comparable at all. So he knew every soul has to evolve faster to reach that type of realm. Then beyond the birth and death, there is the realm for human souls to be in that type of eternal, infinite ways of one perceiving the light energies or super consciousness or supreme awareness, not with any of complicated tactics, but through love and tranquility. If these words are interesting to understand the yogic culture, then yoga is the bridge between human life and the divine or cosmic or spiritual life of every soul that can guarantee systematic evolution. Nij Yoga system of evolution through values of divinity, golden age. Straight? Business, spirituality and prosperity together, messengers of love and religion of yogic love to feel one's own divine nature and spiritual culture. Highest 3 syllabus. Love to you all.